Mm, worst flop ever. Because there is an ace out there. Mm, we got two outs. We're running 10 queen. Plus probably a flush draw. Bet threes, kid. Oh, missed the queen though, so. That was a good laydown. Not everybody would be able to make that laydown. Middle pair. Not worth betting. That's too low. Pair. Any card that adds gonna be higher than that. Oh, except for that one. There's the killer right there. No balls. Shit. Wow, trip wise, you're gonna bet that week?
Hey everyone, welcome to Mix It Up Art. Today we are going to be making this beautiful slice of watermelon. To get started, you're going to get a sheet of light blue construction paper and it's going to be cut into a square, so this is a 9x9 sheet. We're going to start with some white paint, and what we're going to do is just kind of outline where we're going to have our watermelon slice. So I'm going to start at the bottom corner here. I'm not going to go all the way to the corner, I'm going to leave a little bit of room, and I'm going to do a rainbow line to the upper right corner, again leaving a little bit of room underneath. Then what we're going to do is fill in underneath of this rainbow line, going all the way to the bottom right corner with white paint. Notice as I'm painting off of the edge of the paper, and I'm following that same rainbow shape that we started with. Now, once you have one coat down, you want to brighten up this top area here. So I'm going to go back over maybe just about 2 inches with a second coat of the white paint to really brighten it up. Now for this next step, I'm going to leave the white paint on my paintbrush and I'm going to dip it into the green. And then right over top of the white, I'm going to add in a line of green. And I want to blend it a little bit into that white paint so that it gradually goes from a light green to a darker green. And I'm doing this just by going back and forth with the paintbrush. Now I'm going to wash and dry my paintbrush. And I'm going to get some green paint. And I'm going to paint just a solid green line without any white, just above that mixed green and white line. And then again, I'm not going to clean my paintbrush. I have a little bit of blue paint over here, so I'm just going to get a bit of blue paint and some more green. And again, I'm going to add in a line just above that green line with a little bit of the blue and green. And just kind of darkens that green up and makes it a pretty, like, forest green. And I can even go back and add in a little more blue. You really only need a little tiny bit of blue for this, so it's better if you just use a little bit and then add more instead of too much blue and then you have a blue watermelon slice. Once you're done with that, you're going to wash and dry your paintbrush again. And now I'm going to get some red paint and I'm going to leave a little bit of white. So just underneath that like thick white line, I'm going to add in some red. Following that same shape. And this top part here, I'd like some of the red and white to mix together. So if your white has dried a little bit, like mine has, you can just go back, pick up some more white, and then mix it in on your paper so that you get like a dark pink color. And then we want that dark pink to get more and more red as we go towards the bottom right corner of the paper.
I wasn't too smart.
So now I'm not going to pick up any more white.
I like suited runners
a couple layers of red
anything there.
over
It
top
still
that
follows
white.
straight, but it take a 6 and a 4 at the same time.
Follow the same
and even
shape,
then, if they have an
same
8,
rainbow line that we started with throughout the entire painting. Alright, so once you're happy with the color of red that you have, you're going to wash and dry your paintbrush again. And now we're going to be making the seeds. So I have some black paint here, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of it on the tip of my paintbrush. I don't want to fully dip my brush in there because I want the seeds to be shiny. So the way that I'm going to be painting the seeds is almost like if I were to be painting a heart. I'm going to start by just like making the first side of a heart, like that. And then basically using the other side to just kind of bring it down into a teardrop shape. My brush kind of spread out on me, so I had to go back and touch up that first one. But I'll still be doing the same steps. Half a heart, and then filling in the one side. Alright, so that's all there is to it, to our beautiful slice of watermelon. I hope you guys have fun with this, and as always, if you make this at home, be sure to tweet me a picture at MixItUpArt. Have fun!
Hey everyone! If you missed part 1 of 3 videos, this tutorial is one of them. Basically, I will show you 3 different tutorials on 3 different food paintings. So if you guys are interested in the other 2 tutorials, I will link them towards the end of this video. But in this video, we will be painting a watermelon. I'm also doing a giveaway on all of my paintings and on a painting starter kit. So if you guys are interested, make sure to check out the links on the bottom of this video. So let's begin. For the watermelon painting, I use green, white, red, brown and black acrylic paint. You also need paint brushes. I use brushes that are not too thick and not too thin. The first thing to do is trace out the shape of the watermelon with a pencil. Then I took some green and outlined the pencil line by making the line about 5 or so millimeter. It doesn't have to be accurate, just create a slightly thick line. As you can see, the watermelon has different color layers that are all blended into each other, and this is what we are going to do now. So mix some white paint with the green you just used to create a slightly lighter green color. And when you are happy with the paint color, paint a second line slightly on top of the green line you just painted and blend them together. This way we get that dark green outline, but also a nice transition between the 2 colors. Then just take white paint and repeat the same step. Paint another line slightly on top of the lighter green and blend them together. If you have that, add more white to the canvas and blend the white into the layer next to it. If you feel like you want to add more yellow or more green, just go ahead and do so. Don't worry too much about it. Just make sure you blend the colors together to avoid harsh lines between them. Now take some white and red paint and mix them together to get a nice light pink color. Then with this color, go ahead and paint the rest of the surface above the layers you just painted on. But while doing that, make sure you don't mix the red and the white together just yet. When you have that, add red paint to the corner of the canvas and start blending it towards the green part of the painting. I did that in a dabbing motion to create more dimension to the picture. You can also add a little bit of brown to make the red a little bit darker and to create a more realistic surface. Just try to make a nice gradient effect from the dark red to the light pink. When you painted on the red part of the watermelon and reach the edge of the white paint, carefully start blending the red with the white paint. Make sure your brush doesn't have much paint left so you can easily blend them together. Now you can go back and add a bit more red and brown to the watermelon. I also painted the edges of the painting as
¿Quieres una cobija más?
and then just let everything dry. Now we can add the watermelon tip. For this step, I just used black acrylic paint and just added small black drops where I felt it would look good. My version of them might be a bit small, but if you want to make it look more realistic and cute, I would suggest painting them a little bit bigger. Just add them wherever you feel like they will look good and then let everything dry completely. Then we just need to finish the painting with a coat of liquid glue. This way the surface of the lemon will look more juicy and fresh. I also added the glue in a dabbing motion to create an uneven surface then let everything dry and you are done. I hope you liked this watermelon tutorial. Don't forget this painting is part of a set of 3 paintings. So if you would like to paint the other 2 paintings as well, don't forget to check out the other tutorials that are linked below and at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this painting tutorial, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up to support this channel and this video. I would really appreciate that. And don't forget, I'm doing the giveaway. So if you want to enter, all the information is on the bottom of this video. And also, if you are going to be making this, please tag me so I can find and like your recreations. I would really love to see them. Other than that, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to see more DIY and painting videos in the future. Thank you for watching everyone, and see you next week. Hey everyone, welcome to my food painting series. I will be showing you guys how to paint 3 different food paintings. But I also will be doing a giveaway on these original paintings by me and on this starter painting kit, including brushes, a mixing palette, acrylic paint and canvases. So if you guys want to win them, then don't forget to follow the rules that are on the bottom of this video. So I will be breaking this tutorial up into 3 parts. For this video, I'm going to show you how to paint a lime. So if you guys are interested in the other 2 tutorials as well, I will link them towards the end of this video. So let's begin. Let's start with the materials first. You will need a wide variety of acrylic paint. For this tutorial, you will need white, yellow and green. You will also need paint brushes, but you will also need something to mix your paint and a cup of water to clean your paint brushes. Finally, you will need some canvases. I'm using 20 by 20 centimeters, but you can use any size you prefer. Once you have all your supplies and you are ready to paint, what we are going to do now is drawing a curve onto the canvas. For this step, I used a plate that I placed at the upper right corner of the canvas. Then draw a second line below the line you just created at about 5 or so millimeter. If you have that, draw a third line below the second line. These are going to be our guidelines for this step. If you have that, mark the center of your fruit. You can use the plate as your guidance, but it doesn't have to be super accurate. Then we are going to draw in the segments of the lime. The lime has 9 segments, so what you want to do now is divide the inside into 9 sections starting from the center. If you have that, draw round edges at each corner of these segments. After that, we can actually go ahead and start painting. Take some dark green paint and with a small brush line out the outer curve of the lime. This is going to be the rind of the lime, as you can see here. Then take some white paint and mix it with a little bit of green to get a light green color. Since there are about 3 different colors underneath the skin that are blended into each other, I went ahead and painted another curve with this light green and blended it into the dark green paint to create a soft transition between them. Because the third layer of the lime is a bit more yellow, I went ahead and mixed the yellow paint with my green and white paint. Then I just added this color on top of the light green paint I just painted on and colored in the last curve. Now you should have a nice transition between the green skin and the different color layers of the rind. Now we can go ahead and paint the inside of the lime. For this step you want to mix a bright green color that is slightly
step on it. Kings. So you were checking? Why would you check a king? Could have at least placed a small bet. Let's do this. Queen 9, baby. Up here. I just lost to the biggest hand unless I drop an ace. It's 2, 3. Dang it. it.